for another edition of The Morning View.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to The Morning View with me, Mr. Fleck. Yeah, big up to yourselves, man. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing well. Check in. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know how you're feeling. I ain't going to lie. The weather where I am is totally crap. It's pissing down with rain. It's cold. It's windy. It's grey. So that's not great. But that's not going to be a reflection of the day. I'm just saying what it's like. But if you're out there in sunny California or you know, you're out there in Africa somewhere, or you're in somewhere else in North America, or I don't know, wherever, somewhere in Asia, let me know where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Shout out James, he says morning, people. S. Matthew says morning. Pound for Pound says morning, guys. Good morning, UV. Good morning to UV family, says Kafui. Shout out Lil Yo-Yo, says Fleckroy. Nah, this is beautiful weather, says MUF 454. When you say this, like what type of weather you got, bro? What type of weather you got? Maclish says, take me back to Bali. I really want to go Bali as well. I really want to go Bali. That's one place I definitely want to visit. Claudio says, lovely English weather. 100% it's dead. Ryan says, the weather is ace. Love this time of year. What, as in this cold, rainy, gloomy, that's what you enjoy. And some people do like that. Some people like when it gets to winter, man. The leaves start falling off the trees and all that, and autumn even, etc., etc. Look at Keegan. Look at Keegan. 32 degrees in sunny Cape Town, South Africa. Well, big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. We got a lot to talk about this morning, but I'm feeling buzzing. I'm feeling on it. Do you know what? Some would say, I'm feeling optimized. Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA, and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings, and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover, and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. Two of our own, OWEN, lost over 100 pounds in 10 months. And KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds. And Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work. Yes. Big up to each and every single one of you. You can scan the QR code right over there, sir. Yeah, and save up to 70% off your first order. Or if you don't want to scan the QR code, you're a little bit old school, you just want to click a link. The link is in the video description below. Your Optimum Day you can get separately. That is for your sugar cravings and for your fat burning and your weight loss type of stuff. That is right there for you. Your Optimum Night, even though it's see-through, it's on the green screen right now, but I promise you it is green. The capsules are white. That helps you with your sleep, and that helps you to get that real good sleep. If you want to lose weight and you're exercising well, you have to understand how important sleep is. So remember, you can get them individually or you can get them stacked. You can get them together. Do you know what I'm saying? Doing up Stone Cold Steve Austin, take them responsibly, of course. But they are your natural supplements from Oxford Natural by Gowan Life, and you can get up to 70% off your first order. We're going to be talking about Amorim's midfield master plan, Angelo Stiller. That name has popped up once again. It was a name that was popped up in the summer. We didn't really hear much about it after that. It got kind of poo-pooed after that. But our good friend Florian Plettenberg has had some things to say about that. There's been some talks and reports about Agent Mbwems. Yeah, he's been working on trying to convince Carlos Baleba to join Manchester United. We'll talk about that. I want to talk about Matthias de Ligt as well. He's had some quotes. He's been sitting with the in-house media team on MUTV, talking about his season so far and reflecting on his time at Man United so far. And he's been one of our players of the season, probably after Mbeumo, if we're being honest. I think Mbeumo's been the player, our best player so far. And then I think De Ligt's a close second. Let me know if you think I'm off on that, but I do feel like De Ligt's way up there. He's having a really good season. And also, it kind of happened yesterday. And I saw a few people talk about it yesterday as well. And I kind of just didn't get involved in it. But I thought, actually, something to bring up on the morning view later. I just wanted to see what our community thought of it. Was this thing about Lewandowski? I'm not saying it's true. It was a Daily Star and stuff, but it just got me thinking because he's available on a free at the end of the season. So we've got a lot to talk about. But let's start with Angelo Stiller and Florian Plettenberg, my good friend Florentine Plettenberg. If you know, you know. Florian Plettenberg said this. He said, Man United are still monitoring Angelo Stiller, who is very open to move next summer. Should Stuttgart buy out his release clause, they currently intend to demand more than 50 million euros for the 24-year-old midfielder, as per Dennis Bayer, who I think must have been probably the first guy to report this. He works for Sky Germany. He also said it's one to watch for the next summer transfer window. So you might think, okay, cool, we'll see how it goes. But in true Flecknology special, you know what I mean? Shout out KG, because we used to do this a lot. We have to do a live scout report because, you know, I've seen him a little bit. I don't profess to watch loads of Stuttgart games, but, you know, we have to look at what's going on with him. He's a player in demand. He's 24 years of age. He's obviously German. He's got 5 caps for the German national team. Came through at Hoffenheim, then went to Bayern Munich youth and went through most of his youth career at Bayern Munich. Then he goes back to Hoffenheim senior, plays 52 games for them, scoring 4, assisting 3, then gets his move to Stuttgart, where he's played just under 100 games, 92 to be precise. He's got 21 assists, so he gets a lot of assists, and 6 goals. This season so far, last season, which is probably the reason why we were in for him, he played 47 games, 11 assists, and 4 goals. In all comps. So he's not a high volume scorer, but you can see he's a high volume assister. That is across all comps. They got 8 assists in the league and 1 goal in the league, and 3 assists in the cup and 2 goals, and then no assists in the Champions League and 1 goal. So I don't think he's not a high volume scorer, but he is technically very, very sound. But what we also need to do is have a look at it ourselves. Let's have a look at him ourselves. Here we go. Look at this. Let's take a look at what Angelo Stiller could potentially bring. I found this video on YouTube on the official Bundesliga YouTube channel. So there's a lot of, you know, not propaganda, but a lot of pushing their guy. But this video was called, on the thumbnail, it said Generational Talent. And the title of this video is Angelo Stiller, the new Tony Cruz. So before I even press play, Before I even press play, people, they're calling this guy the new Tony Cruz. Doesn't say question mark. Didn't say question mark. It's got a wand. It's got a magic wand after that. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They said Sancho is a generational talent. Exactly. I hear you. Are you allowed to show this, Flex? Probably not, and I didn't get it from Goldridge's Mark's Bundesliga show. No, that's a good shout. Am I allowed to play this? If Owen was here, what would he be saying? He'd be saying maybe don't play it. But you see reaction videos. People do the music ones. People react to goals. Just be careful. Don't get a copyright strike. Well, I'm just gonna run 1 goal, just one thing. Little set there, ball comes out to the wing. Do you know what I'm saying? Ball in, edge of the box, touch on left foot, top bins. Pause it. Don't want to get it. Take it out, top bins. Take it out. Sign him. There you go, Patrice Ever. Make sure to play and stop. That's what I did. Keegan says it's on YouTube. You can play it. Look, I played it and stopped it. Guys. But you could see straight away, top bins, left foot. I think he's right-footed as well, actually. I think he's actually right-footed. I don't even think he's left-footed. Slap that top bins, no problem. Sign him. Sign him from that, brother. Oh, he is left-footed. Sorry, I got that wrong. Don't play more than 30 seconds. He is left-footed. Yeah, he is left-footed. Sorry. But top bins. Sign him. Let me get to another goal. I want you guys to see more. So it's that left foot in swinger, assist, gets the ball again, crosses it. No, he doesn't shoot from there. No way. Okay, good cross, good goal. Yeah, so he's got a wand of a left foot. Here we go. Down the left channel. Oh, what a goal that is, by the way. What a goal that is. Right. Okay. You lot get what it is. Let me show you one more thing. Let me show you one more thing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this goal. Look at this. Makes runs down the left channel. Little dink. Posting in. Wicked. Pause that. Come out of that. Come out of that, Fleck. Come out of that. Come out of that. You see what I'm saying? What are you lot saying? Fleck, Real Madrid wants him as well. Real Madrid want this guy as well. Now listen, you lot. Shout out Lil Yo-Yo. Shout out Joe Blackman. Says, remember to like the stream as soon as you tune in. Yeah, you lot remember. I'm doing some serious, listen, this is some serious editing skills, some serious Flecknology on the fly. Yeah. So that's definitely deserving of a like. Owen punching the air right now. Can he tackle and run back? Anthony Hart says, let's see. I'm going to watch it first and try and find something. Well, to be fair, there's not going to be much tackling, to be fair. I ain't going to lie to you. He's just putting in. What I'm seeing, because I have to describe it to you, he's just putting in enough crosses. Bare assist, just setting man up. Look at that lovely little deft touch, left foot. What's this? Free kick. Ball in. Back post. Goal. Just setting man up. What's this? Can he run back and tackle? Shut up. Anthony Hart. Right. Pause. Pause that. Anthony Hart says, can he run back and tackle? Like Owen would say, roll VT. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Shut up. Fighting for everything. Fighting for everything. Woo! Left foot. Pause. 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 Come out of that. Come out of that. Come out. We don't want to get lock off. Yeah? But that's what's going on. Angelo Stiller. Yeah? Yeah, but we need the pace though. Bro, I'm telling you. Listen, you said, can he tackle and run back? I've just shown you that. Can he score goals? I've just shown you that. Looks like he's doing all right. Still got that KG mentality. Is he even a number 6? I don't know. I don't know much about him. I'm still going to continue to watch this comp. He's supposed to be, they're saying he's the new Tony Cruz, bro. Look at that. Hounding down the keeper. Good pace. Gave the ball. Oh, so there's an advert. It's an advert for a Polestar car. Shout out anyone who wants a Polestar. Hold on. Ball. How did he miss? What a ball that was. Oh, Stiller. Oh, he's setting up Garassi loads, bro. Is that Garassi? Yeah, it is. Setting him up loads. Look at this. Gets the ball in the counter-attack. Can he pick the right pass? Yes, he can. Goal. I'm not going to lie. There's not much in terms of tackling and interceptions and stuff. These comps are all about him being on the ball, and he looks fantastic on the ball. Look, in all honesty, listen, I don't know enough about him. I'm only playing with you guys. I'm just having a little bit of fun. He's got 5 German caps, as Custard asked. But he's been a player that we're after. I can see why from some of the comps. If the Bundesliga are saying, you know what I mean, new Tony Cruz, you know what I mean, what do they say, generational talent, all this stuff. We have heard it all before, so we've got to be careful. If we do get him, I'll wait to judge until I see him in a Man United shirt in this league, because, you know, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing, bro, in terms of what's going on in the Bundesliga versus here. Michael says, Fletch, why do you look so sad, lad? I don't. I feel very happy today, actually. Stuttgart playing today in Europa. Let's do a Stiller watch, Flex. Oh, are they playing today? Lovely. Who they playing? Let me stop sharing. I don't need that. Who they playing? Who Stuttgart got? Might do a little Stiller watch, actually. Stuttgart FC. They got Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce. All right. I like the sound of that. I'm up for that. What am I doing this evening? Yeah, I'll be in. Angelo is the best thing since sliced bread. Clip this. Him and Baleba will be amazing. Well, speaking of Baleba, you lot run up the likes, man. Get to 100 likes. Quick people, says Joe. Big up Joe, always supporting. Listen to Joe. Yeah, listen to Joe. Let's get 100 likes. Quick time, people. We have to be very careful with our new midfield signing, bro. We need to research with more data, bro. We do, but also we're not making the decisions. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not making decisions. You're not making decisions. But I hear you, bro. We need a little bit more. That's why maybe a little Stuttgart watch today would be good. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be good. Custer says this data is enough. This data is enough. Only Stiller I trust is Ben Stiller, says Patrice Evra. But talking about Brian and Boomer, talking about Mbwems, let me get rid of that as well. Too many tabs open. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It was a situation that was going on regarding, who said it? There was a guy, I think he was an African journalist, and he was basically claiming that Mbwems was trying to tap up Baleba. Listen, our Cameroonian agent is gone in Onan. He's in Turkey. Do you know what I'm saying? He's in Turkey. But Mbwemo is on the case. I can't remember who said it. If someone can remember who said it, let me know. I'll try and find it in a bit. But it's more important to talk about actually what it was. And that is that he's trying to, have conversations with Baleba to get him to join Man United. Is that it there? No, that's not it. That's the same thing from Florian Plettenberg. Man United continue to monitor. Stiller. I thought I saved it. I can't find it. That's annoying. Where did I see it? Let me grab that because I want to get it right of who said it and give them their props. Who's that? Here we go. Hakim Ziyech. Wow. What happened to him, man? Where is it? I saw it, man. I don't know where it is. There's Malasia. But anyway, it was basically saying, it was an African journalist, I believe. I think it was anyway, that was saying that he was trying to convince Baleba to come to Man United and he's open to it, etc. I don't, in terms of convincing Baleba to come here, I don't really think we have to do that anymore. Like, I think he wants to come here. Like Super Arch says, I think Baleba already wants to come to Man United. The problem is fighting Brighton to get him. Fighting Brighton to get him, and what sort of price? And you speak about midfielder watch. We're playing Brighton on the weekend, so there will be keen eyes on Carlos Baleba, of course. I don't see why there wouldn't be. Obviously, we don't want him to play too well, but sometimes in these games you get a taste of what it's like. But we've played against them with him already, and you know what I'm saying, it's not easy. It ain't easy. And yeah, he started on the weekend with Ayari, and Ayari's good as well. Look at Minter, Gomez, well, but they're good team, man. Van Heck's good. Obviously, Lewis Dunk, you know what you're getting with him for Bruggen. They're just a good team. Just reminded me of seeing their starting team in the last game when they beat Newcastle. But they're a good team. But Mbeumo needs to, agent Mbeumo, do it, man, do it. Get him to persuade him to come. And I do still think Baleba, is a very good player. I don't, he's had a few stumbles because of, struggling to get going. And the manager admitted that he'd obviously been affected by that. I think he's only 21, Baleba. You know what I'm saying? He's a young kid. Yeah, 21 years of age, born in 2004. That's the year I left school. That's crazy. That really is crazy. Makes me feel old. But yeah, I think he does want to come here. And he would fit in. You get Casemiro out and you get Baleba in. I think that's the thinking behind it. I think we should go for him. The only thing I would say, guys, 100 million obviously quoted last year. I know he's worth what they say he's worth, and they did the same with Caicedo. Caicedo, even when he was at Brighton, feels a bit more. I don't know. I feel like he possesses a bit more strength. I think he does more. I think he's a bit more dominant than Baleba. Even at that time, I feel uncomfortable with that price tag. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we'll see what Baleba does this year, but it doesn't feel like he's put in that type of work. Do you get that? Like it feels too much. And I know technically you can say, well, at the time of purchasing him, you could say that, Moises Caicedo wasn't worth 115 million, I think he was. I get it. But I did feel like he could be that player. But then again, that's me saying that I feel like Carlos Baleba won't show that he's a £100 million player. And that's just the Man United tax and the Man United scars of like, he probably won't, because of how we are. We have to stop thinking like that. I think Baleba has a higher ceiling flex. He can do more on the ball, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It just feels like it doesn't feel like he's that guy of like 100 plus. But listen, I definitely love the attributes he has. I think we can get it lower than that. Another season would have passed. Hopefully he has an average season. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously if he smashes it, it goes high. But then again, listen, this is Brighton, man. They ain't gonna like lower the price too much. They're not. They're Brighton. You know what their man are on, Tony Bloom and that. They don't mess about over at Brighton. They get what they want for their players. Someone said you've got to watch out for Matoma as well. He's sneaky. Yeah. Matoma feels like he hasn't. Was he? He was unused. He wasn't even on the bench. He might be injured. I haven't, from when he was smashing it, Matoma, a couple seasons ago. It doesn't feel like he's hit that height again. Obviously, they nearly cashed in on him in January, didn't they, last year? To go to Saudi, like 80 million bid, turned it down. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's kicked on as much potentially. But obviously, you know what he's about, and he's taken the piss out of us enough times. But I look, in terms of Amorim's midfield plan, in terms of what Amorim needs to do, listen, man, we need to sort this midfield. And look, we look like we're doing all right at the minute. Casemiro's getting by. But we know there's no longevity in Casemiro, and you know that we're not going to give him a new deal, nor should we. I think you thank Casemiro at the end of the recurring back problem from Matoma. That's probably why. You thank Casemiro, big game mirror for what he's done for us. He's won 2 trophies being here. 2 trophies? Yeah, he's won 2 trophies being here. Could have won a third, but he was way off it and, wasn't really involved in the team. And obviously we lost that game, but could have had 3 trophies in 3 seasons. I feel like we have to say goodbye to him. I don't think you try to negotiate lesser terms with someone like Casemiro just to keep him about. You definitely don't do that. Because what's he on? 350 grand a week, supposedly, whatever it is. You get rid. Casemiro is our best player in the final flex. Yeah, 100% agree with that. The final just gone? Against Spurs? Was he the best player? I mean, look, it was such a bad performance. That's fine. I can't even remember off the top of my head. But it was such a shit game. I don't think anyone played good. But yeah, I think I hear what you're saying. But we don't keep him. Castle we miss as S. Matthews. I hear that. Good pro. So experienced. But I don't think we need to be renewing his contract under any circumstances. We need to invest in the future. We need to do better. We need to get the next generation of Man United midfielders, and hopefully that involves Kobbie Mainoo as well. Do you know what I mean? Ugarte, I think he needs to go. We're not getting anything out of him. He might have a few half decent patches of form during a game, but overall, let's be honest, not good enough. That's 2 who need to go. And if Kobbie Mainoo continues to be where he is, which is frustrated and not getting enough game time, then maybe he'll go as well. But because the problem is if those 2 go, like I say, I think they will in terms of, I hope that Ugarte potentially gets sold, but I think Casemiro will go. He's on a free anyway. If those 2 go, like I envisage they will, we'll probably back that up with 2 midfield signings rather than going, we've got Kobbie to fill 1. Do you know what I mean? I would be surprised if we didn't do that. And then that would say to Kobbie that, you're still not the guy. Costa says Ugarte is a good squad player. I have to be open. If our team has got proper midfielders in there starting game in, game out, because we improve in there by getting Baleba and one other, and you have Ugarte to come on and see out the last 15, 20 minutes of games or start in the Carabao Cup or whatever, then all right, I take your point on that. He could be a decent squad player, but from what I'm seeing from Ugarte, I see absolutely nothing really that shows me that we need to invest into him. If anything, like if a decent bid came in for Ugarte, you'd take it all day, wouldn't you? Because there's also better squad players that you could get. I think Conor Gallagher would be a better squad player than Ugarte. If you offered me Ugarte for Conor Gallagher, I'd probably take that as a squad player. And then you go, if we get the star-studded signings, the gems, the Adam Wharton probably a bit above us. I don't know. Hopefully not. I really like Adam Wharton, but an Adam Wharton and a Baleba type player, Elliot Anderson. If you offer me any of those guys, and then you say you got someone like Kone, if you then you say you got someone like Conor Gallagher on the bench as well because you got him on loan or whatever, I'll be happy with that. I'll be very, very happy with that. Casemiro, Bruno, Ugarte, Shaw, Dallo, and Maguire all need to be replaced, says Brendo. The Bruno one's interesting because you do feel like it could be his last season. But then again, football's a funny thing. It might not be. It might not be in terms of if we get depending on how the season goes as well. Obviously, I've had a negative connotation on the season so far and where I think we're going or where we're going to end up. But I could be proved completely wrong on that. I hope I am. And if I am proved completely wrong on that and we get into the top 6/top 5 and have a good season and show something, then, you go and get a Baleba, you go and get Wharton and you keep Bruno and then you add to Mbeumo and Cunha and you add to Xerxes would probably leave. So you get another forward in there. There's a lot more. You get some wing backs to help out because the left wing back position is not strong enough. There's still a lot that can be done. There's a lot can be done. So I don't know if it definitely is Bruno's last season. I think it's more than likely that it could be. Like it's closer to it being that, but it's looking like it could go either way. Aminor says, I know this won't happen, but bring back Greenwood. Like you said, it won't happen, bro. It won't happen. So there's not even any talk. There's not even any point talking about it. Obviously, we know the situation in which he left the club. Obviously, from a footballing perspective, he's super talented. So it's no surprise to see him killing it out there in France with Marseille. He's doing a great job. But I think with all the connotations of what happened, it's just not going to happen. DJ Talk says, morning, my brother. Big up to you, my bro. He says, an average Baleba season should cost us 42.5. So specific, 42.5 million. Am I the only one that thinks we should try and get Wharton and Baleba? I don't think you're the only one who thinks we should try and get both, bro. If we can get both, Wharton and Baleba would be wicked. I mean, Wharton, Baleba, Anderson is stacked. That would be some midfield that getting 3 of them. But I think we're living in Football Manager world there. We're living in EAFC, summer transfer window vibes there. That's just not going to happen. Ray Carl says, morning, Fleck. When do you think we see Amorim's best 11? As in this season? Ray, do you mean this season with the current signings we've got, or do you mean after more windows? Do you think like we see it after this next summer because he bought more, or do you think, are you asking me based off of what we have now? You probably would be asking me based off what we have now, innit? That would probably make more sense. Which one are you asking me? Flex, I know this won't happen, but bring back Dan James, says Patrice. Nah, loud Dan James. I can't see him as an inside 10 or a wing back. Loud at, absolutely not. But I really need us to fix this midfield. I was saying it from last summer, and I still can't believe we didn't do it. The midfield's not good. Had some idiots after beating Liverpool saying, "Oh, Flex still think the midfield's not good enough." Shut up. Like, game in, game out to control games. You're not going to be able to do it with a Casemiro who can basically play 60 minutes in most games. A Bruno Fernandes who basically shouldn't be playing there, but in some games will do okay. And it's all right in games like that against Liverpool. Let's wait until we have to be on the front foot in games. We've been undone before. Ray says this season, which I thought you did. When will we see his best team? It's hard to say, really, isn't it? Because Ruben has shown us that he basically plays slightly different players. He alters the starting lineup depending on who we're playing, which I don't mind that. I keep asking for, adaptability, be able to be flexible in what you're doing. Don't just have one way of doing things. This is my team. This is the team that plays regardless. Like I said yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, Ray, but I was talking about like the 7 sort of non-negotiable starters. We kind of went through it together and we were like, we basically roundabout agreed that there's like 7 players that definitely start. And the other 4 are kind of up for debate depending on the game. And, that rotation, what you're getting is basically you're getting a rotation of Šeško's in and out depending on the team. You're getting a rotation of Dorgu and Dallo. You're getting a rotation of Maguire and Yoro. And you're getting a rotation of like Cunha and like Mount, like them 10s. You're getting a kind of rotation. I think it's set with with, at the moment, it's set with Shaw and De Ligt. It's set with Ahmad. Well, even that, it's probably still a bit early to say it's set with Ahmad, actually, to be fair. But we said it should be set. It's set with Mbumo. It's set with Casemiro. It's set with Bruno. And I think we also said it's set with Cunha, maybe Mason. Well, no, that was it. That's the trio where we're like, it can change. So the 7. So the 7 was Ahmad, Lamans, Luke Shaw, De Ligt, Casemiro, Bruno, and Mbumo. That was the 7. That was the 7. Now, the people pushed back. S. Matthews, big up. You said, who's the 7? That's the 7. There was pushback. Yeah, the set. Set, you mean locked in. Exactly. Lamans, 100%. So it's touch and go with Luke Shaw, but he started every single game so far. And it's going to take a while for Martinez to get locked in. So it's going to be Luke Shaw. So that's the 7. That's the 7. The other ones, the ones that were up for debate, is Dalot Dorgu, Yoro Maguire, and then the trio of Mount, Cunha, and Šeško is up for debate whether they start. And that's kind of game by game that he's doing that in. So, yeah, big up to him, Amorim, on doing that. I don't mind that. I think you have to have the majority of the team set in. So to answer your question, Ray, hopefully, I think these next batch of games to the international break will give us a good understanding of what he thinks the starting 11 is. But I think we could see that all season, even though we only got one game a week, take out the FA Cup. I think that we look at it and say, well, to be honest with you, I think he will have different players for different games. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll do that for the rest of the season. He's proven that he's not scared to do that at all. As well. Someone let me know where we're at likes wise. Let's keep pushing. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you let us know what's going on with that. Make sure you run up the likes. Let me just check the news to see if there's anything that's come out while we've been live. Everything seems pretty settled. There you go. No, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. That's fine. And this season, yeah, I read that one already. I want to talk about Matthijs de Ligt. I want to talk about the comments that Matthijs de Ligt has been saying in his interview, because first of all, where do you lot put de Ligt as our, like, who's been the player of the season so far? It's been a mixed season, so we're only just starting to maybe settle down. We'll wait and see. But I had it as Mbumo has been the best player for us this season. And then I had de Ligt. Do you lot agree with that? Only 145. Let's push the likes, people. We've got over 600 people watching. Let's push up the likes, man. Let me know. What are you lot saying about that? Who's number one? De Ligt's number one. Has De Ligt been the best player? Or you, as yes, Brando says yes, as in he agrees with me. Do you lot agree? It's been Mbumo, then the second best player has been De Ligt. De Ligt 3, top 3 easily. Agree with that, Mac. De Ligt flying under the radar, says Patrice. Yeah, I agree. Lamans has taken it for me. He doesn't know it, but he's changed lives over 2 games. Ryan, comment of the day, brother. Comment of the day, brother. Lamans doesn't even know it yet. He's changed lives over 2 games, bro. Over 2 games. I hear you. Do you know what's mad? He could end up being the signing of the season for us. He could be. He could be. He really, really could be. It's only 2 games, but I hear you on that. Yeah, there you go. Mbumo and De Ligt being consistent. That's true as well. De Ligt is our best player this season so far, says Joe. Court star, I like that. Yeah. Mbumo, De Ligt, Maguire for the Anfield winner. That's fair. And Ahmad's starting to come through. All right, cool. So I think we all agree on where we rank De Ligt very, very highly, to say the least. Here's some of the things he was saying. He says, this is what he's saying about the season so far. I'm feeling quite good, to be fair. I'm happy with the way I started personally. I feel good physically, mentally. I tried to help the team as much as possible in every game. Obviously, we are not in the place where we want to be in the long term, but I feel like we are also improving as a team. And hopefully in the next weeks, we can get some good results. We know that we are improving as a team. I think we improved a lot compared to last season. It's now about getting results. That's why the game against Sunderland was so good for us, because we got a win before the break. And hopefully we can continue that in the next games. After the game, I always like to watch Dutch television. watch it back, watch his games back on Dutch TV. It's normally so we can, for example, I like to watch my own actions to see what I could have done differently and what I did right. That's something I usually do, but obviously also with the team as well. He says the Sunderland game was good for us. So this must have been before the Liverpool game then, actually. It must have been. It must have been before the Liverpool game. Because this came out yesterday, but it must have been before the Liverpool game because I'm sure Matthias de Ligt asked if friends and family asked him about his displays. I'll read that one in a second. But yeah, this is definitely before. It's got to be before the Liverpool game. De Ligt on how he reacts to praise from fans. I like this. I mean, in this world that we're living in, it's quite normal. I think that you get to know some things that the fans are saying. I mean, it's easy to say no, but it's the truth. Basically, we see social media. We know how the fans really feel about you. You can't hide from it. Luckily, but also sometimes, unfortunately, because if you're not playing good, it can be quite harsh sometimes and quite difficult. But I think that's something we as modern footballers have to learn exactly how to use that to your advantage. It can be positive and it can be negative. But in the end, for me, the most important thing is that it doesn't change if it's negative or positive because my work will always be the same. As long as my work is the same inside and outside the pitch, then the game is a consequence of that. Well said, brother. Well said. Well said. There's some more quotes that I'll get back to in a minute. But I think De Ligt's been excellent. I really do. I think he is going under the radar. I think he's been a warrior. He has had, listen, because we've had a mixed start to the season, you know, he was absolutely awful against Brentford, as was Harry Maguire, you know, as was Luke Shaw. He wasn't amazing against Manchester City. He wasn't his most shocking display. But, you know, I think the Brentford one was where I really wasn't happy with him. But other than that, and in most games he's played for us, like, he's been good. I think there's this sort of stigma in the league from other fans that he ain't that good and he ain't this and he ain't that and he's dead. And he's not. He's a good, solid defender. I do think we need better across in the back three in the long run. But he's a leader, man. He wears his heart on the sleeve. He's really good at defending in the box. He gets his blocks in. I've noticed a change in him this year, where he's being more aggressive as that central centre back. I've definitely seen him be more aggressive. You know, I noticed it against Victor Gyökeres in the game against Arsenal. He was extremely aggressive on him. I noticed it against Fulham. I think it was Muniz who started in that game. I don't think it was Raul Jimenez, but whoever the striker was that day, or was it Raul Jimenez? It might have been actually. You know, like when you say something, you just want to make sure it's right. Just because it's annoying. Let me see. Fulham. Who started when we drew against Fulham? Fulham. No, it was Muniz. It was Muniz. Yeah, he was aggressive against him. I thought he was really good. Even though we lost against City, he tried to be physical with Haaland. So I think that he's really come into his own. You know, he's really come into it. And he's not afraid to step in and take the onus and win headers and win his duels. I think he's been very good, and that has gone under the radar. He is someone that, you know, you forget he's been captain of Ajax from like 17, 18 years of age. You know, he's a very experienced player. He, you know, when he was at Bayern, there's the misconception, we've been through it already, but when people were saying he don't play, you know, it's Eric Dyer who plays instead of him. Just nonsense. It just isn't. You know, he played a lot of games. He played a lot of games for Juve as well. So yeah, I don't mind with how he's playing. I think he's playing really well. Matthias de Ligt asked if his friends and family talked to him about his displays. He said, yeah, how the team played, if we won or not, but they know that I know how I played. Nobody has to say to me before or after the game how I played or what I should have done differently, because they know that I'm the biggest critic of myself. So yeah, I don't really need to get into that, is what he's saying. So there you go. Big up to you guys, man. Make sure you're smashing a like. Last thing of the day I wanted to talk about really quickly was just hypothetically speaking, yeah. What are you lot saying about Lewandowski? It was the Daily Star. So you got to take that with a pinch of salt. But they said that Man United manager Ruben Amorim is interested in signing 37-year-old Robert Lewandowski, Polish striker, next summer. The club has received fresh encouragement. A deal can be done, and the player has already said yes. I'm not. That's all of a pinch of salt. He'll become a free agent next summer, which that bit is true. So let's cut out the bullshit of he's already said yes, and Amorim said he definitely wants him. Cut that bullshit out. But what is a fact is that he is a free agent next year. Would you take Lewandowski? I know that sounds mad because he's had a lot of injuries this year. Would you take him on a free, guys? So you got Šeško and you bring in Lewandowski just to boost it up. Top striker, but that age, exactly 37. Matty says definitely taking Lewandowski. Max says nah, bro. Or Oratwelli says no, keep Xerxes and we'll have Benjamin Sesko to start. Pass. As a coach, says Jason. S. Matthew says yes. Michael says yes. Next summer is the season of midfielders and defenders. Nope, says Manu. Light 1-year deal. Light. Kane is the only striker I'd be happy about. On a free, Joe says yes as a mentor. Because that's the thing. I think Naji says Team Nathan. I think we're moving away from old players as AZ. Yeah, it doesn't fit, and it does depend on wages. I think in isolation, we've invested into we still should have done this ages ago. We said it when we got Rasmus Højlund. We said it when we got Joshua Xerxes. No one for these guys to learn off. Caffel, he says we're not a retirement home. But if the wages were right on a 1-year deal, because we have Šeško already, I'd take him. Yeah, it does depend on that. If we have Champions League, that's true. That's true. Because if we have like 50-odd games next year, that's true. I would take it. But I just don't think Ineos would do it. I don't think Man United would do it. I don't think it's something they'd entertain. Because it's true. You know what I mean? A lot of people say it, and we know like our strategy is not that. Maybe only Kane. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not iffy about Kane. Roshik says I'm iffy about Kane. Jesus. I'm definitely not iffy about him. I take him in a heartbeat. And he'd be starting every game. But yeah, I think it would be amazing for Šeško to learn off him. And I think even at Barca this year, I saw an interview with Lewandowski, some quotes. And he was saying, I don't want to be compared to Ronaldo. You know, he was like, I understand my body now. And, I know I can't play all the games that I used to play. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he understood his squad role and wasn't on, 300K plus, which again, someone of that pedigree, he might still try and demand that. So the numbers wouldn't work. I think when you crunch them numbers, they wouldn't work. I can't see them working, to be honest with you. But in isolation, on a free, with say it was a free on 150 grand a week, on a free, and we say we got to the Champions League, it was a free transfer because obviously he's Lewandowski, so you have to give him bread. 150 grand a week on a free, but we got to we're in the Champions League, so we've got loads of games. Would you lot do that? Free 150k sounds decent. I'll take him now to help us get Champions League football, 6 months loan. Oh, Michael, in it. I mean, it wouldn't happen, but yeah, I would do that. That sounds interesting. I can't lie, says Ryan. This is what I'm saying, bro. 150, because 150 bag a week ain't that much. Like in today's game, Man United play bread. I heard some crazy stuff about Brian and Boomer about some of the money he's getting in terms of goal bonuses and stuff. I'm not going to say too much, but I heard some big bread being discussed, bro. Give him Shaw's contract, 120k max. Yes, only if we get midfielders. Yeah, obviously we've got to get the midfielders. But 150 grand a year for a year, 150 grand for a year works, but no more than 200. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. I'd do it. It's Lewandowski, bro. He's still a bad boy. He's still a bad boy. He can still score goals. You got the young kid in Šeško who start most of the games. And what a guy for him to learn off. You know what I'm saying? I'd do it, bro. I'd do it. And the loan thing, Jesus, the loan in January. Oh, my God, I'd definitely do that. But that's definitely not going to happen. They're not going to get rid of their main striker, even though he's been... But the injuries are creeping in with him, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. The injuries are creeping in. So there you go. Right, guys, big up, man. It's been a good show. Thank you for a lot for tuning in and sticking by me and, you know what I mean, getting involved in the chat. I feel the love. Smash a like on the video on the way out, man, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you haven't also done it, subscribe to the Football Flex. Just hit 25k on there as well. Big up to everyone on the Football Flex who's subscribed to that channel. If you haven't, do it. Please show some love. We're on 25k there, road to 50k. And what I would say is go check out the video. There's a new Liverpool video up there as well. So big up to you. Shout out Michael says great show. Shout out S Matthews. You have a blessed day, man. Go and get it, man. Go and enjoy your day and feel rejuvenated, feel powerful, feel strong. Go and get it today. Whatever you go do, you lot are doing, man. I'm out of it. Take care. Peace.